You guys got to hold your voices down just a hair. So we're live and now we can hear everything we're saying. Okay. All right. So when we're looking, it's hard sometimes. You guys want to see yourselves, but you really want to look up there. Because if you're looking up there, then everybody else can see you. Hi, Gabe. How are you doing? All right. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here, Gabe. And hopefully, hey, Miss Harris, how are you doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. We've got a couple of you in the room. One here and one over there. This is Eric and Darcy. Their screen name is Chasindaylight. So if you ever see them in the comments, this is who they are. And they come to Bath County every year to do some stuff we'll talk about in a little bit. And they stopped in to say hi. So the same will be for you guys. If you ever come to the area, let us know you're coming. So maybe we can do a live or at least do a video. We definitely would love to have you here on the farm. That would be for sure. Be great to have you. A couple of things to note before we get started. As always, we want to be very respectful in our comments. No bad language. We have children watching, including our children and of course me. So we don't want to do that. What else? Do we have any other rules that we need to do?
Just be nice.
Okay. In the live stream today, we're going to give away, we're not giving away my gallon of Super Clean, but Super Clean agreed to give away a pack just like we received. So from everybody who's doing the comments, we're going to choose one randomly before the end, and we're going to give that to them. Now, we're not going to give it to them. We're going to get with you after the video, and when we do that, we'll get your contact information, and Super Clean will send you a packet of goodies. So without further ado, let's see who's in the house. Miss Harris, Musgrave Family Farm, welcome. We fly soon, sister. I love that name. That's so funny. Cool. Now, Eric and Darcy, why don't you tell everybody how we met and why we met? Well, maybe not why, but how did we meet? How did we meet, guys? So you guys look right up there. Yeah. Look at me. You look right up there and tell us your story.
It's going to be a little tough to talk to you, but not talk to you. So it's, yeah, exactly. So, so then the two of us been coming to Bath County for quite some time to go camping and whatnot. The farm stand, I think, is what started it all. We started watching the YouTube channels, and then just a random day, I think, 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, we just showed up. Just drive up the driveway.
You mean you've come by and you saw our farm stand?
Yes.
You didn't see the farm stand video till later, yeah. But a couple years ago you saw that farm stand.
Yes, we've been. When I say we, she has been hitting up the farm stand for several years now. However long it's been down there, she's been stopping and getting things out of the farm stand. So,
gotcha.
And I finally just made the decision one day to turn up the driveway. We come one time, the gate was closed, and
which is rare.
It is kind of rare.
The gate was closed.
We didn't know you were coming.
At the cabin. The gate was closed down there at the cabin. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe the cows.
That's
or
possible.
The cows.
We're running the cattle out about this time of year around the house, which is where they are now.
Yes.
We're seeing them coming up.
So the gate was closed, and I wasn't about to go to someone's house in the mountains without being welcomed. You know what I mean? I don't know what lives up here. There's the giant dogs that are going around.
They're a little strange.
So messaged on Facebook, I believe it was, and said, hey, we stopped by and the gate was closed. And then that's when you told us that, if it's open, come on in. If it's closed, just close it behind you.
Right.
So,
that is a good rule.
So, yeah, don't let anybody out. So, but yeah, then that's what started it all. Just one random visit to the middle of nowhere.
He's right. It's pretty much middle of nowhere. There's nothing out here.
Convenient to nothing.
And that's why we're here.
Just talking a few minutes ago. Just a few minutes ago, talking about the scenery changing basically daily.
Yeah.
And here it is an hour ago. It looks different than it did. So
yeah.
Every day I come out of the woods. When I go up in the woods, it's fun and all. I like doing my work. But when I come out, I gotta stop and just look and just admire what God's done. Words don't describe it. It's amazing. I find myself just pausing there every time I come out, unless it's pitch black. Then I'm going down. At any rate, now where are you guys from?
So we live
Did you already say it?
No, I'm gonna go pick up her daughter.
We don't.
Oh, the alarm's off.
Okay.
Yeah.
The alarm went off. I
She's
gotta
going
go
to
pick
get
up
Isabel.
Mhm.
And we're going to continue our conversation.
Sorry.
So now,
Continue.
listen, everybody, if you're in the house, in the room, on the live stream, looks like there's 11 of us here. Make sure you make a comment or let me know, even if you just hit a key number, it doesn't matter on your keypad, let us know you're here so that towards the end, these guys right here will get to choose somebody and we'll get you that super clean pack. We'd like to give that out to you. So go back to saying, talking about where you're from.
Okay. So, born and raised in Florida, of course, but where we live at now is about 30 minutes north of Tampa, a little town called Land O'Lakes, in a little small area called the town of Erin. And it's an old logging town, and we were both kind of born close to that area and grew up close to that area and went to school together. So
You knew each other in school?
yeah, in high school. Yeah.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Neato.
She's been putting up with me for a long time.
How long have you been married?
We've been married next month will be 22 years.
Yeah.
But we've been together since I was 16.
That's not legal.
Yeah, it was. I'm not that old.
It was, he's not that old. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then my folks were born and raised in southwestern Virginia, like Buchanan County, Grundy area, down in the
Coalfield.
Coalfield
Oh, yeah.
area.
Norton.
So we just kind of been dragging along to Bath County to the campground there for a number of years, just tagging along. And then, of course, now we have the camper ourselves. We come and go. We venture around. We're tourists. We're touring the country up here.
Oh,
Over here.
neat.
I almost spend as much money in gas driving around as I do to get here.
Oh, wow.
We just go around and around all the time. So it's a pretty good vacation, honestly.
I would think so. How long are you guys in town for?
Usually 2 weeks. In the fall, it's 2 weeks. And then in the spring, it's usually 6 or 7 days. Travel in and out.
How long does it take to get here towing a trailer?
So the trip up here is a little longer than the trip back. Let me explain, because after work Thursday, we leave at whatever time we get off work, whether that's 5, 7, 8, sometimes earlier than that. And I'll drive until the middle of the night. Usually we try and get to the northern part of North Carolina on Highway 77 or just inside of Virginia to the Welcome Station. And because we're pulling the camper, we just go into the rest area and pass out for a few hours and then continue the drive to the campground in the daylight. I never was big on driving with the camper and stuff after working all day and being up all night, going into the mountains late at night, tired, that kind of stuff. So we always just wait till the next morning to travel in. That trip here is 24 hours. So if we leave at 5, we show up at the camp at 5. And that's because we sleep overnight for a few hours.
Okay.
The trip home is different because when we leave here Saturday morning early, we just take off and go home. And it's it's about 17 hours.
Straight through.
Yeah, straight. Yeah.
Whoa. Can you camp or not camp? Can you sleep in your car or your camper at a rest area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't like set up camp, but you can pull in and park where the semi trucks do.
Yeah.
And stay for 6, 7 hours, sleep.
Well, that's kind of cool.
If you stay too long, the security will come and run you off. They don't want you camping out. They don't want you making residents of the place,
Right. You can stay in Walmart parking lots.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of neat. I've done that a couple times.
There's a lot of them that'll allow that. Usually you have to go in and buy something. We used to go to Walmart in Roanoke and buy our hunting license there. And the manager would allow us to stay the night there because we purchased some things.
Oh, neat.
Usually you have to go in and contact them and say, hey, we're going to be here, buy some snacks or something.
Oh, that's nice.
They allow us to stay. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, we got some more folks in.
Yeah.
Miss Missy. Winters in Fort Myers. Where is that in relation to where you are? North
About
or south?
2.5 hours south.
Oh my gosh, that's a long ways.
Yeah. And there's, that's a busy city too. There's Tampa, Sarasota, Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, and Naples. Those are the big, busy cities down through there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a beautiful place though. Fort Myers Beach is absolutely beautiful.
Is the sand white like
It is.
down in the Panhandle?
Yep, it sure is.
That's cool.
There's some place I want to say Northport or Venice Beach, which is kind of in between the two. And it's known for the shark's teeth. You can go out on the beach and just
Really?
scoop sand and filter out the shark's teeth.
You can do that here in Virginia up on the Potomac.
And you're
As
right.
a kid, we used to do that at George Washington's birthplace,
Yeah.
called Poach Creek. We'd go there in the fall, do some fall festival kind of things with the family, and then we would go sifting for shark's teeth, and they were prehistoric, so it's kind of neat. I mean, I remember as a kid having like a handful of them and
Mhm.
taking them to school and show and tell. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
we've never really found any big ones. It's always about the size of your fingernail, just
Right.
some
Right,
little
teeth,
tiny ones.
tiny teeth.
Yeah.
Sand
Oh, yeah.
sharks.
I think that's Venice.
Is it Venice Beach? Yeah, Venice Beach. A little bit south of us, but
I'm reading some of the comments. So
Mhm.
if you guys are new to our live stream, or you've just really are pretty much my live stream here, I'm looking at my camera up here, and I'm looking at my screen right here. Let me show you. If I haven't showed it to you, I'll show it to you now. I won't show you my desk because it looks pretty bad. So look, it's going to get kind of weird over there, but you see right here are your comments. So as we're doing this, I'm going to put you back. As we do this, I'm trying to look at you, but I got to look down here too. We're Port
I can
Charlotte. Do you know where that is?
Port Charlotte, yep. That's a
Okay.
little bit south of us also.
Sanibel.
Sanibel's a pretty place too. That's for sure.
I lived in the panhandle of Florida when I was stationed in the Marines. And we lived up in Pensacola, or I lived in Pensacola.
That's cool.
Yeah. Neat place. I learned how to do woodworking and a bunch of different things while we were there on the bases. But what struck me the most interesting was like Destin.
Mhm.
What was that movie, The Truman Show? Where was that filmed? I can't remember. It's someplace near Destin. And the beaches are just as crystal white as you can believe.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
Panama City and Mexico Beach and what is that? Fort Walton. I think it's
Yeah.
Fort
It's
Walton
all
Beach.
right
That's
there
where we
together.
were.
Oh, that is such a pretty place.
That's where we were.
The water is crystal clear.
It
Sometimes
is.
has that emerald green color to it. It's
That's
really
beautiful.
pretty. Yeah.
Now I don't miss the heat. That's one thing I didn't do.
Mhm.
I just when I got there, I had just come off of 6 months or 9 months in the field, and so it was nice to be on the beach
Mhm.
for a little while. And then it got hot. Now I was wishing I was back home.
The part
It
of
was
town,
crazy.
the part of the coast that we live in is considered the nature coast. So we don't really have any beaches.
You know?
Mhm.
You have to go further south.
You have to go further south or
No.
up in the Big Bend area where it's considered the nature coast, kind of the Big Bend of Florida where the bend is
Okay.
at. And it's all natural Florida, like natural mangrove islands and shoreline like that. So
Neato.
yeah, it's a pretty place.
Navarro. I've heard of Navarro. So Missy's asking you, how'd you guys do with your hurricane? Because now,
Yeah.
in case you guys don't know, they were here when the hurricane hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they didn't leave the area because of the hurricane. They always come here this time of year, but they were here in Virginia, which south of us at the Bath County pump station, camping when it hit. So
Yeah.
how did your house do?
So the house and everything's fine. I probably have maybe an hour's worth of work to do. The neighbors, of course, and her cousin Matt, he took pictures of the house for us and sent them, so we knew. Maybe an hour's worth of work. A couple little trim pieces. I forget what they call that.
Fascia.
Soffit, maybe.
Soffit, fascia boards?
Yeah, there was some little trim piece hanging down. It's minor.
Oh,
It
really
is.
gutter. I remember you showed me the picture.
It's very minor.
So
honestly.
you got really lucky.
We did.
Really.
They showed pictures of their neighborhood and the roads are underwater, but their house was not. So they did really well. Some of our viewers in North Carolina did not fare so well. Plague of Badgers, I'm not sure if he's in. He's most likely not. Plague of Badgers lives in North Carolina. His son's a welder for the North Carolina Department of Transportation. So they've deployed him over into the, I think the western part of the state where they're just steady working, and it is a mess, without a doubt, a true mess.
Yeah, there's the one comment there, Port St. Lucie. Is it Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe said something about the East Coast. The East Coast actually got it worse than the West Coast. The West Coast, of course, got it bad because of the storm surge and the hurricane force winds, but the front line, the outer bands of the storm, they had a record-breaking 120-something tornado warnings, and the East Coast was just torn up bad by
Really?
tornadoes.
Oh, wow.
Most of the damage was done from the tornadoes, not the actual hurricane, except for the water, of course, that come into like the Sarasota,
Right.
that tore up some stuff. But
What did they say? Did they say there was 26 or 30 something touchdowns in the
Mhm.
tornadoes?
yeah,
We had tornado warnings here.
it's really
Yeah.
after that storm come through.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, Helene.
Helene, yes.
Helene came through up into North Carolina, southwestern part of Virginia, and that's where we got tornado warnings around here.
Mhm.
So nothing touched down here. We always have high winds. The last couple of days have been tremendous high winds here. Nothing new
Yeah.
for us. It's the same. Now we do have a lot of trees down. That's something we're going to be talking about here pretty soon. Hey, Gabriel, are you going to give us our stuff? Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye now. That was Gabe. He's out. Oh, there's Gabe
There
right
he
there.
is.
Gabe's going to sit here and be quiet and listen. Right, Gabe? That's what I thought. So Gabe's going to sit here and you guys can check him out. And because look at this. He needs a new pair of pants.
Been in a fight with a bear.
He has been in fight with just sliding around the yard.
No, it's okay.
Let's see. Hey, Gabe. Gabe says, hi, Gabe. There's a Gabriel on here, Gabriel.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. Let's keep him shy. Oh, is it really? I didn't know that was in style. I guess I'm definitely in style with all the tears and stuff I have in my clothes then, right? Hey, look, Gabe. He said, no, Missy said, hi, Gabe. You going to say hi? Gabe's got a video coming out pretty soon with his new tool. It's not a toy.
Yeah.
It's a tool. It's a 21 volt reciprocating saw. And he cuts all sorts of stuff down with it, don't you, Gabe? All right, this is pretty cool. He's quiet. I like this.
Mhm.
So we're going to kind of not talk about Gabe. We'll keep talking to Eric and Darcy. If you guys have any, Sandy, down trees for firewood, winter's coming. Speaking of down trees, on our farm, we did not get a lot of the rains. We have enough rain that kind of got our spring back. We may have talked about that in a previous video. So our spring did come back. It's not running super strong, but it is definitely back. We had a lot of trees come down up in the maple, the bush. We call it the bush, which is on the mountain behind us. And that is probably going to add 2 to 3 weeks worth of work to line maintenance, which should have begun 2 weeks ago, and it hasn't. So pretty soon we're getting up in those woods. We're going to clean all the not leaves, but all the sticks and debris off the lines, the trees off the lines. And then we're going to get back into line maintenance, which has on the schedule for changing out all of our drops this year. On the farm, we currently have 3,000 taps. And with that being said, there's a lot of drops that have to be installed. And that usually takes me about 60 days to get done. The goal is to be done by the middle of December or the end of December. That would be really, really helpful. But we'll see what we can get done.
Nothing like a ton of work waiting on you and 2 weeks behind you start, right?
No, that's kind of the way it works around here. We're always a day late and $1 short. It was really windy yesterday. I would have gone in the woods yesterday, but the winds were so bad that I just don't want to get run over by a tree or hit and killed, because that has happened here in the community. We just don't want that to happen.
That's why we slept in yesterday.
For sure.
Somebody says maple is good for smoke wood. Do you know what's good for smoke wood? Hickory. So I'm sorry, there's a dog that's got my attention. He's right over there. And I don't have a gun, but I do got an apple right there. Okay. At any rate, hickory. We make some smoked maple syrup with hickory, and it's really, really cool. And I'm going to tell you the trick to it right now. For me, and I'm not the best smoker in the world, but in making the hickory syrup that we've created, it's not the hardwood that makes it work. It's the bark. So what I do is I'll get my smoker going with the hardwood, and then I'll chip the bark, and I put little tiny chips into the smoker, and that's what makes the hickory flavor. It smells so good and tastes delicious. What's she doing back there?
It says Emily and her smile always light up a room. I love her, so I said thank you.
So do you guys have any questions about what's going on with these folks kind of coming over to the farm? I'm looking down.
Great place for vacation, I can tell you that. I'm telling
Or to live.
Well, it's a good place to live if you
That
don't
too.
need medical or you don't
That
care
too.
for grocery stores.
Yeah.
If you're somewhat of a prepper, and I don't mean like a crazy prepper, but if you're a prepper where you buy in bulk or you can, that's a great place to live. It really
It
is.
took us a couple of years.
Yeah, it did.
I did.
Do I smoke them? Do I soak them first? You know what, Gabe? I don't. I think that could probably work, but the smoker that I'm currently using, I don't have anything here the size of it, but it's not really big. It's about 12, 18 inches. What was that?
I don't know.
Well, okay, I heard what I thought was a smoke alarm. So if I hear that, I'm gone. At any rate, it's only about this big, and I don't wet them. I might try that in the future. We'll see. Good idea though. You're right. A lot. We have some friends from Maine, and they came down about 3 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks back, and they said our leaves had already changed, but theirs had not. I think that's kind of funny. Oh boy, here's a big stupid dog. Hold on.
This is Andromeda.
That's a dumb dog right there, guys.
This is mine.
Do you guys want a dog? I tried to give away a couple of the geese, and nobody took me up on that. So I'm willing to give this dog right here away today.
You can't give your
If
mother.
you want this one.
Yeah, you can't give your mother-in-law's
Oh,
dog
I can
away.
give that
You
dog away. They're
can't.
not here.
Bring a truck.
Possession's
Not a car.
9/10 of the law.
She's my
This-
baby.
This will require a truck to take with you if you
Unless she slides through.
We have
I
a
don't know,
saddle
big
to go
fish,
with it,
baby.
okay?
Yes.
So there's a saddle up in the barn. You're welcome to it.
She's stuck. You stuck.
Doesn't have reverse.
The peak is now in New York. Here, let me see.
But I think we're a little past.
We're well past the peak. There's no leaves on. There's some leaves on the trees, and the hickories are now yellow. All the reds are pretty much gone. I've got to get out of here, stupid. We
She
have
was
some red
wrong.
maples that are still turning, but there's no. It's we're past the peak, unfortunately here.
But there are still leaves on the trees.
Ooh,
Emily's dog. She's. You know what?
she has threatened me,
I
but
have
not
made
to
those
me.
threats before.
Not
Not
to
to
me.
him.
There's
but
somebody
yes.
else in our world.
I've also.
That is tea,
to
by
run-
the way.
To
My
run over too.
half and half tea.
Maples are just turning.
Where is Cumberland County, New Jersey, Gabe? Are you
I think
in the
it's
middle
southern.
part? Or you said you're near Vineland. Vineland?
Fine.
Call it Vineland. Neato.
Yeah.
Let me show you something that's kind of cool. I've had a company reach out to me, and you guys know that I don't do a lot of review videos, but every now and again, we'll get something I think is kind of neat. And this is it. Does anybody know what this is? A plague of badgers was in here. Oh, look, I can see Emily. Okay, this is the screen. So this is a scanning tool for your vehicle. And the company said, would you like to try it out on your F350? And I said, of course I would. It would be kind of cool. I have a snap-on version of the Versus. It works well, but this is an updated one. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And lo and behold, I pulled a few codes on my truck. I'm not real happy about that. So I've got some more work to do with it. Then I'm gonna put a video out and share it with you. You can get this crazy thing on Amazon. And I've got to say, it feels good. It has a lot of good information. I'm not selling it, but I like it. At any rate, I'm going to do a video on it. It's kind of cool. I'll share it with you pretty soon, and along with Gabe's video as well. I don't have any
In
other.
England?
Yeah.
Hey, England.
Lincolnshire.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
cool.
Welcome. What time is it over there? I'm going to guess around 10:30. 10. It's not. It's probably 5-7 hours out.
Yeah.
6.
We're glad to have you guys. This past weekend was
Crazy.
Hands and Harvest here. And if you saw that video on Sunday that we put out, I know these guys didn't because they don't have cell reception where they are. But if you saw that video we put out, the barn is half clean. On the side where everybody came in, it's clean. On the other side of the
Okay.
barn,
What
it's,
he did
it's
was
not quite as clean.
he put everything on pallets and then shoved it behind closed doors
Of course.
and vacuumed what people saw.
And what
What
I've come to understand is I need a bigger barn.
That's the equivalent of shoving everything in the closet before people come
or
over.
in drawers, yeah.
Marvel.
Jody Bobble. Hi, Jody Bobble. I'm sorry if I'm messing up names. I'm not really good with that, as most of you probably already know.
Absolutely.
You do always need a bigger barn. Thanks,
See?
Gabe. 2 thumbs up for a bigger barn.
Okay, speaking of company coming, it's a
Surprise. by the
that's
way.
one way to get me
To clean the house
clean the house.
and
So I
clean the
need
barn.
people to just be like, "Hey, boo, I'm gonna come on Tuesday," and then not show up. So that way I spend all of Tuesday cleaning my house and it's done, but then I don't have to entertain. Not that I don't want you guys
And
here.
then
Hey, boo,
surprise.
I'm gonna be
when
here on Saturday.
we actually did show
But
up.
like once a month,
Okay.
I need somebody, but they could show up. Obviously, do I know how to feed people?
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely will feed you dinner too. 11:37. Well, you know what? The only time I ever see that kind of time is when that stupid dog barks at night. Because I'm usually in bed by like 8, 9 o'clock. I go to bed really early. Thanks for staying up late and hanging out with us.
And it's the weirdest thing. We stay up late at home and watch TV and talk and carry on life till 10 or 11 o'clock every night. But when we get to Bath County or Highland County up here camping, it's 7:30 and I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I
Me
don't
too.
understand.
Me
I
too.
think
get it.
it's your body shutting off.
It must be something because it's 8 o'clock and I feel like it's 11:30.
Well, you also don't have cell reception. So
Yeah, so
you're
there's
probably
nothing
out
to
of that dopamine hit of, watching stuff and kind of pumped up a little bit.
Yeah.
And your body's, in my mind, my body's going to a point of like homeostasis of sun goes down, get ready for bed, go to sleep. And then when the sun ready to come back up, get up and get ready to go to work.
I
That's
think
my
you
world.
beat the sun though.
I do by 3 or 4 hours every
Nothing wrong
day.
with that.
I beat it by about 30 minutes.
Oh
The
my
oldest
goodness,
of 7 stars. My mom is the oldest, not the oldest. She's one of the youngest of 9. She's not 65 though. My mom's much older. I'm not
Wait,
far
your
from that
age,
though.
babe.
I'm telling you that. I'm pushing 60, so I know it sounds funny to say that out loud.
Don't say that.
Let's
Nobody
see here.
knows that.
So guys, I'm still kind of looking down over here. So what I really need to do is put a camera down on the comments so I can look at you as I'm reading your comments.
Yeah, there's probably some of the viewers are thinking, what are they all looking at?
They're asking if you guys camp in the cold.
Yes,
But don't you guys have a camper?
we
We
do.
do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're not by any means roughing it, I would say. It's
My-
a camper, you're tow behind, heater,
My
generators,
tenting
all that
days
stuff.
are over.
I took her camping in the cold, and it works, but only once. And then I took her tent camping in the hot down in October in Florida, and once, and that didn't work. And so now we have the camper. It's kind of like our little hotel that we pull along with us. So it's more of a glamping thing than it is camping, honestly. I wouldn't trade it for the world at this point. It's too comfortable. It really is.
There was nothing like sleeping in your own bed or a bed that you're familiar with.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
And
had
so-
a cabin way back.
Yeah.
I bought a cabin so that I could be comfortable when I went mountain biking. And so I had the same bed in my cabin as I had at the house, the exact same bed and everything. So it really worked well for me. in that
So-
respect.
Our camping in Florida it's just, I won't say too hot, but it is
Can you
hot.
get that?
That's for Isabel. She's
Between,
got the phone.
I don't know, April, May, all the way till November, it's just too hot to actually go camping. You
Really?
can't sit outside and really enjoy it unless you just like the heat.
No, I don't like to eat, so we wouldn't.
We don't get a whole lot of cold where we're at. Northern Florida gets cold.
Mhm.
You know, they get 10 and
It
15
snowed there the
degrees.
year I got there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do get some cold, but where we're at, and we're kind of close to the coast, we get the humidity, and that keeps the extreme colds away.
Gotcha.
So the bugs don't die. We get
You know-
mosquitoes year round.
So that would be terrible.
It is.
We
It
do
is.
not have mosquitoes here. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
There
We
are
noticed
very few, if any, bugs here. In maple season, towards the end of the season, we'll get a few gnats that'll come out, but that's a very short period of time, and then it's gone. We have flies. That sounds kind of weird, but there are flies on the farm and around the area. Cattle have their flies. There's stink bugs and
Ladybugs.
ladybugs, and they're annoying. Why are you stupid horse? Get out of here.
Yeah, I was amazed actually when we started camping up here. I carry a box full of thermocell stuff because of the mosquitoes in Florida, and I get it all nice because I'm going camping. I want to make sure I have all my bug stuff ready to go. And I get here and it just sits in the camper the whole time. I don't need it.
That's too funny.
So Gabe, yeah. So I always tease saying that the mosquito is the New Jersey state bird
Mhm.
because Southern Jersey. I grew up, Manahawkin area, and it was you couldn't walk outside without getting eaten alive. The New Jersey state bird.
We are very familiar with
Yes.
that. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, not around here, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we
We
love it.
do have we don't have much of anything. It's nice in the way of bugs.
Mhm.
The flies can get a little annoying. Not like we have black flies like Maine. Maine will have some really bad flies. And one of my friends up there would talk about fly season. I'm like, there is no way I'd want to do that.
Go get the phone,
Please, girl, get that. So you can tell we're live, like a
Maybe
live
the cutest
family,
thing ever.
because of the stupid dog and the phones are ringing, and all we need is an emergency, like a cow out, like we had the first day of Hands and Harvest. I was going to have breakfast. It was 8:20. It was about, oh, can you let him out? It was about 8:20. I had 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get a pancake. And as I'm walking through the kitchen, I just happened to glance out the window, and there's one of the cows. I'm walking down the yard, and here comes the two stupid dogs after me. So I'm like, this is going to be a bad day. So Gabe and I went out. We got the cow back in. Life was good. At any rate, so we're live. We're real.
So Sandy there says we tent camp and then the pop up and then the pull behind. That happens very, very quickly. Camping escalates very quickly.
Does it really?
We tent camped and then we had a better tent and then we had the smaller camper.
Yeah.
We didn't do the pop up like they did, but we went to the travel trailer, then we went to the bigger travel trailer, then to the bigger travel trailer. So now it gets out of control pretty quickly. It really does.
Oh, wow.
We know exactly where
I see people hauling these fifth wheels that look like houses.
They do.
they are.
They're
Absolutely.
huge,
Yes.
man. How can you get any kind of fuel mileage carrying your house with you?
You cannot. Even the one we have is 7,000 pounds, I think, and I get about 9 miles to the gallon on the way up here.
And in the mountains, probably worse.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly enough, when you go downhill far enough, it's really good. But, We use
Spread it out over 40 plus years.
Well,
no, that's not bad then.
It's not
Yeah.
too bad. We've spread it out over like 20.
Yeah. We use about 180 gallons of gas for the round trip.
Really?
It's about 180 gallons of gas.
Do you carry any fuel with you, or you stop to get it?
Just 5 gallons or so.
Use gas or diesel?
Gasoline.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when we had the smaller camper, had the gas truck because we didn't need the big diesel truck for the smaller
Right.
camper. Now we have a camper that we probably should have the diesel truck, but it does fine.
I mean, that's fine.
It's
It doesn't
still
matter.
within its tow limits and all that. So
And that's something you guys ought to see is his truck. He's got these badges, and I can't find mine. It's somewhere on my desk. And if you saw my desk, you'd understand why. But he's got them on the side of his truck, and it looks factory.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it, and you're thinking, I don't remember that package. I really don't.
No, it's not a boat package.
No, it's so cool.
No.
So he did it himself, and I think it's really neat that he did it.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabe. All right, guys, I got to pause. Get out of here. Okay, thank you.
I took care of it.
Back for a quick commercial. This past weekend, let me tell you guys, we are getting low on syrup, and I'm not telling you that to say buy our syrup. That's not what I'm doing. We have enough syrup to get us through maybe the end of the month. If we had a whole bunch of orders, then definitely not. So if you guys think you want some of our syrup, do let me know. If nothing else, just send me an email to say, hey, can you hold off a case or a couple of bottles of whatever, and we'll put your name on them, set them on the shelf so that you can get them later
For Christmas.
for Christmas or whenever. We've got one more keg that we haven't bottled. It's a sort of like a dark to a medium dark, and we're going to be out here soon is what I'm saying. And if you want some syrup, be sure to let me know that you do, so I can hold it for you. Now, we're not putting this out on the internet, albeit this will go on the internet, but most folks who are going to watch this video and you guys being here are people that we really want to definitely take care of. The folks who are just going to randomly pick it up, it'd be great if they bought syrup, yes, but for the folks in the community, we want to make sure that you have an opportunity at some before it's all gone. All that being said, we're going back in the woods here very soon, if not tomorrow or the next day, to start on the maples. We won't be making syrup again until probably mid-January or February. Emily has a question.
Can I get my name on a couple of those bottles?
Maybe.
That's bad.
Because usually I get like, oh, this crystallized. You get this, and I'm without. So can I get maybe?
I'm looking around. I don't have any, but I know a guy up in Maine who makes some syrup, and I can get you hooked up.
Oh,
That is bad.
If you speak real nice to the people, they may send
They
two
might
bottles
send you
back.
one.
You know what
If you
I'll
talk
do?
real nice to one of them, they may go ahead and send you a box.
Yeah.
Just for this video, whoever takes the dog, I'll send you a case.
I'm gonna hate
All you have to do is get the dog. No, that thing is awesome. All right, I won't send you a case. I'll send you two.
Yeah, that game's over. That game's over.
So,
I got one of those for camping.
Yeah, you get electric.
you know, hey Gabe, I don't know that adding the smoke to your
Go for
barbecue is that's not funny, Flash. I don't know if adding the smoke syrup to your barbecue is what you want to do. Adding syrup to it, yes. You want to take that smoked syrup and use it on something like a fish dish, probably,
Hey, you never
or yogurt.
Well, the thing is that if you're gonna smoke your barbecue, you don't need to add the smoked
You don't have-
syrup because you're already adding smoked
Yeah.
flavor. But if you do, like we've had friends do, like baked beans, where
Bingo,
they
yeah.
want to add that smoky flavor to the
Makes sense.
dish without having to smoke it, that's where you would add your smoked syrup, if that makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah,
some people like extra smoky though, so maybe they
it
want
would definitely be extra smoky.
Yeah.
It really is
People
good.
like that.
Definitely. All right. There was something else. The other day, this past weekend or this past week, when we did our second to last keg and got it in bottles, we also did, I don't know how many cases, we uncorked a keg or unkegged, if you will, a rye maple syrup. So we do a single barrel rye whiskey maple syrup. This particular one came out really, really good. And the way that process works is we take the hot maple syrup or we get it to a boil and we pour it into the keg. The kegs are freshly dumped from the distillery. So let's say on a Monday, they'll empty a keg or two. I will get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's as fresh as you're ever going to get it. We take it from there, bring it back to the farm, and within 24 hours, put our hot maple syrup in there. And between 6 months and 2 years, it comes out absolutely delicious. So we just brought some out here recently. We've got about 8 cases, maybe 10 cases of that. And if you might not be able to see it in the background, we have the hand labels that we're getting ready to do. We're going to wax them and get them ready to go here pretty soon. We still have some of the other in stock too, but that syrup that we're getting ready to do this next week is absolutely delicious.
You know how hard it is to go the right way.
So you're looking at yourself,
Yeah, like, hey, am I
It seems
going
like
this
I
way?
go the wrong
like
way.
trying to back
I
up.
got to
your
get something
car.
off my eye.
Yeah. Try and cut your own hair. That turns out bad.
Gabriel, I think a rack of ribs would be really good. I
Uh-huh.
really do. Metal kegs, only metal kegs. Now, here's that stupid dog. Remember, 1 case, maybe 2.
I'm gonna hurt you.
When we store our syrup in the season, it's always in stainless steel kegs. When we do the single barrel rye whiskey maple syrup, it's in a whiskey cask. So it's a wooden cask. The flavors that it's going to pull are both from the rye itself, which is really, it's a whiskey base, and then the tannins and the char that's inside the barrels as well. It's pretty unique flavor. Hey, Courtney from Hidden. Moved on me. Hidden Springs Homestead. Good to see you in the house. And that smoked syrup is pretty good. Okay, is another stupid dog coming in? Oh my gosh.
Same horse.
No, they
Yeah.
want their. She's asking for dinner. Is what it is.
What a great idea, Gabe, for making wine. We take the barrel, not every time we do this, but we take the barrel when we're going to get barrels. We'll dump a barrel a couple of days before, and we'll take that back to the distillery, and they'll put their rye in it and make a rye maple. Boy, that stuff tastes really good. Really expensive too, but it is absolutely delicious. That's for sure. All right, so we've got a list of folks in here who have been commenting, and you get to choose from our list of people over here who is going to get the super clean. You're not getting this, let me tell you. But there's going to be a package that's going to come to you, and you'll get a spray bottle and some stuff. And hey, man, they might even send you a hat. Gabriel got his hat, and the dog chewed it up. It was terrible.
Oh no.
It was kind of funny. Hi from Australia.
Well, We Fly Soon sister told me I could hit you with the Shocky guy, so I vote her.
Yeah.
right. So Emily missed this part. Him and her, not
I
her.
didn't miss it.
Okay, she doesn't get to choose. All right.
Yeah. Well, when she grabbed the fly swatter, I thought I'm in danger right here because I'm between the two of them. Yeah.
I have been shocked so many times by so many things.
Mhm.
Albeit that probably will hurt a little bit. Nothing like getting zapped in the crotch by the fence for the cattle.
Yeah. The fence video got me. I'll be honest.
Can tell you how many times I've got it.
Oh man.
You
And
did it the other day.
I did.
the only time I've laughed any harder than the fence video was when somebody got the potato ball. Because when you couldn't breathe,
The
I
potato
couldn't
pop.
either. When you were laughing,
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Oh,
All right, we're gonna let you in on this joke because it's funny. Emily was going to sewing circle.
A
And,
church function.
yeah.
It
And
was
they
a ladies' church function held at the Mennonite school.
yeah, right. So that was really cool. So it was a church function of a bunch of girls
Did you hear her?
sewing, right? And the kids were there, and what they do is they go sew, make something, and they make the kids lunch, a hot lunch for that day. And our daughter was going to the school at the time, and we were attending the church, and they're just wonderful people, kind, and I wanted to give them an opportunity of forgiveness. And this is what I did. I bought Isabel a cake pop machine, and so you put this batter in it, and it makes these balls. They look like a little ball. It's about that big, right? And then you put a stick in it, and you coat it in some kind of icing, and they're called cake pops, right? At any rate, I thought that was pretty cool. Can you shut that door?
Yep.
So we don't have
she
to
is.
listen to that dog
Yes, she
huffing
is.
that down.
She's good.
So at that morning, I noticed we had some new potatoes in the refrigerator, and I thought, my goodness, that looks just like a potato. I mean, that just looks like a cake pop. So there was
You
just
laughed.
a little bit of chocolate in the pan. So I heat up the chocolate in the pan. Mind you, I'm doing this at 3:00, right? 3:00 in the morning when I get up, and I'm thinking this is gonna be pretty cool. Well, I couldn't get the stick on a potato, so I had to go outside in the cold air. It's probably 20 degrees, and I had to hold a potato like this. I'm doing this number to make sure I'm coating it right. Well, I got it all nice and coated, and I pulled one cake pop out, and I put it right in its place. And that day, I filmed Emily going out. I'm like, hey girl, have a good old time.
Yeah, where you going?
I'm
Like,
fine.
tell everybody what you're doing.
So
What are you bringing?
I had so much fun with this. So they got home, and I filmed her again. And I was like, hey, how'd it go? She's like, it went well.
You tell the story wrong.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so he teased us the night before while we were making the cake pops. He's like, let's chocolate cover a potato pop. And that's exactly how he said it too. let's cover
how
a
I
baby
talk.
potato in chocolate and put it on a stick. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, it was.
So my tired adult brain, mom brain, that's just fried all the time. As we're leaving, I thought nothing of it, but he's shoving a GoPro in my face as we're leaving, asking us what we're doing for the day because he videos everything. I didn't think anything of it until we're sitting at dinner, and I have a GoPro at each end of the table looking at me, and he's like, so did anything happen today? And that's when the light bulb went off. Like, no, you didn't. You did not.
When
Go look that one up. It's a good video.
It's not funny.
No, it gets better because about a day later, no. She goes over on the couch and she's messaging all the girls. Hey, anybody get a cake pop?
Yeah,
And about
which kid got the cake pop? Because,
30
okay, and not everybody was young. Okay, we have a couple older ladies in the group. I'm like, what happens if it was Miss Peggy or Miss Diane that got the potato pop?
They got their vegetables for the day.
Oh, well.
Mind you, the potato was raw.
I know.
It was
I
a
didn't cook the
raw
potato.
baby potato.
So who got it? It
was Drew.
So one of the kids at the Mennonite church, they own a dairy, and I went over to the dairy, and that kid gave me grief all day throwing corn at me, so I called him Corn Boy. So Corn Boy is the one that got it. Couldn't have been a better kid. He kind of deserved it. But the funny thing about it was we got a text back later was it that night or the
It
next
was
day?
that night. So I'm in a group text with all these ladies, and I'm like, please tell me somebody got the potato pop. Like, because there was nothing left over. nobody said anything to me. I'm like,
No.
which kid got the potato pop? Everybody's laughing. I finally get a response from Sarah, and she was like, my son came home, and of course, I asked how was everything, and he said, well, it was good, but there was one thing that wasn't to my liking. But
Very
she
thoughtful.
also but she didn't think anything of it until she got my text later that evening saying who got the potato pop. So she asked her son, were you the one who got the potato pop? And that's when it's like, yes, he did. But he was also one where his mother told him, like, you will eat whatever it is you take.
don't be
Whether you like it or not, if someone's bringing you food, you will eat it. This poor kid ate the entire
whole thing.
potato pop and said nothing.
And I don't know if it was the update video where you couldn't breathe or it was the initial video.
I
But
think it was the initial one.
when he couldn't breathe, I couldn't either.
Oh, my
I was-
And
God.
you know what? And then Peggy, I finally
Oh.
get a call from Peggy because, of course, this one can't keep the lid on things. He calls Ludford down the street, and Lud's like, he's laughing so hard. Lud doesn't know what's going on.
I videoed that part, and I tried to share that with you guys, but I didn't put Lud on the speakerphone. I really wish I had, because he got kind of upset at me because
But
he
you
got
couldn't shut
concerned.
up.
He got concerned that I was going to hurt somebody, but it's just
Oh.
it's just a potato, right? And in the end, they all check their desserts from now on whenever we have fellowship meal.
I would
Yeah.
say
If it
so.
comes from your
I would
house,
say so.
They double check if it comes from
Yeah,
your
they
house.
were like,
Yeah.
was Kevin in the kitchen while you were making this? No, Kevin wasn't in the picture. We were talking about that at the Secret Sister.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Secret
the
Sister.
Secret
thing.
Sister reveal, Peggy, who's Lud's wife, lovely lady, she was like, when she got home from Sewing Circle, because again, no one said anything. So when she got home from Sewing Circle, Ludford was like, what happened? I couldn't understand a word Kevin was saying because he was laughing so hard. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh yeah. That's how you know it's real good. Trust me.
He thinks he's funny. I was mortified.
No.
That was funny.
If anyone starts laughing to that point where they can't breathe,
Oh, it's
this one
over.
here is over.
That was good.
It's over.
It's over for me.
It was
He's done.
awesome.
He's
So
done
I
for.
need to top that, and I don't know how. I mean, we've done some fun things like taking skunks over to Lud's,
Oh my
groundhogs, a snapping turtle. But the potato pop was it. That was probably one of the best pranks I've played in a long, long time. But if anybody's got a good prank I can play on somebody, just put it in the comments. I'd love to
All
hear
right,
it.
there you go. No wonder your underwear falls down. God is punishing you for your little jokes.
So you notice I don't have my suspenders on anymore. I'm not doing that, okay? They are just tearing me up. I can't play that. But I do got something in the works that it's going to be a slight cameo. It's going to be a new product. I'll show it to you later. At any
And
rate-
no, it wasn't a cooked potato.
no, it wasn't
It
cooked.
wasn't. It was a raw baby potato
Yeah.
that my husband chocolate covered
Took a
and
while.
then swapped one of the cake pops my daughter made for a church function.
Did
Alright,
you
guys.
at least eat the cake pop?
It's almost dark. I know that sounds crazy. We're in something really fun, but it's almost dark here. And I've got to go get the ducks in, and the ducks and the geese. Mind you, if anybody wants a couple of geese, let me know. I'll get them in the mail to you really soon. I'm not giving syrup with the geese, only that stupid dog right there. At any rate, Country Roads Life. Whoa. Good to see you here. Glad to see you. We're going to choose somebody real quick from and Bunny Bunyip. We out of the U.S. We may not be able to send it to you. Doesn't mean we couldn't choose you, but I'm not sure that we can do it outside the United States. Okay, but if we can, I would love to do it. So these two, that one
Oh, pressure.
and this one, choose not those two. Those are my two. I was going to choose somebody real quick, and we're gonna give somebody a super clean. Okay, so
Just do
who's it going to be?
the easy way. So the first person to type the word Florida in there.
So you
All right,
want
the
them-
first person who types Florida gets it.
That'd be the easy way.
Go.
Oh,
Stop
Kevin, you go.
I get it.
All right.
Oh, somebody. I can't get it. She
You
says
can't.
no.
You lose.
Oh,
Miss
there it is.
Missy?
Missy.
All right. So you're the first one that's going to get. Here's what I need you to do, Miss Missy. Go to our website, milgatfarms.com. There's a contact form there. Fill out your information. Don't send a bunch of personal information. Just send me an email and says, hey, I was the one. I'll correspond with you. We'll then get your contact information. I don't want you to share anything inside of here. So do that, and we'll get this to you here pretty soon. Okay. And I want to say thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
If any of you are ever in the area, do stop in and say hi. It's helpful if you call us though. So, or email us. We'd love to know you're coming. Sometimes I'm up on the mountain, so I'm not always able to get down the mountain, but let me know. We'd love to have you on the farm. We love having you guys here.
We appreciate the hospitality.
If you get an opportunity to come, we just love to see you. Always love talking with you guys. Thanks for watching our videos.
always.
No problem.
And
Ellie
commenting.
loves it.
I need to do another chicken video. And I do.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, where else can you go and just drive us to someone's
Yeah.
house and,
Yeah.
hey, here we
Here
are
we
from
are. Not get
Florida.
shot?
We're
Yes.
like
Just
900
kidding.
miles
Yes.
from home and just say, hey,
Hey.
here we are.
Yeah, good to see you.
We
Yeah.
appreciate all the hospitality. And
Yeah, for sure.
sure.
Our
Definitely.
dog appreciates the animal videos
Yeah,
that we
definitely.
watch, that she watches.
Yeah.
We will definitely extend it to anybody that comes out. We just did Hands and Harvest. We had several people come out and hang out with us. It was wonderful meeting everybody. The next big event we've got coming is in March. It's Maple Festival. I'm saying don't come to Maple Festival.
Not if you want to talk to
Come
them.
in between the weeks. We're here on the farm.
Mhm.
Prior to Maple Festival, we're really busy. That's the second and third weekends of March. But the week in between is not as busy. We're still making syrup and doing stuff, but those weeks prior to are kind of crazy with all the making syrup and getting the barn and everything ready.
That's a no. The guests will not be taking a goose home.
Yeah, they
No.
will.
No, that's a no.
Two.
That's a no.
And a duck.
No.
No way.
And a duck. So we are just about before we've got to go. Please turn that off before I get a copyright hit. That's gonna be terrible. We've got to go, everybody. Thank you for taking time to come out. Just watch our videos. If you can think of some ideas for videos, let us know. We're getting ready to get into maple, and there'll be a heavy maple videos. We got a few product videos coming out. That's gonna be kind of cool. Got a video on the M105X coming out this week. That was an interesting work on. So thank you for everybody coming out and watching our video. Any last words?
Do yourselves a favor and make it to this 50-mile square area, whether it's to the farm to see Kevin and Emily, or just to camp out somewhere, or the bed and breakfast. Do yourself a favor and get away from where you're at and come here, because there's a likely chance you'll not want to go back home.
It is beautiful here. It
And
really
if we
is.
like you, we'll try to keep you.
Yeah.
And we'll only put you to work if you want to, because the last 5 or 6 guests, I will tell you, have bottled, labeled, done all sorts of things. Now, if I get anybody that's a guest who wants to process some chickens, we're doing turkeys in 2 weeks. Just let me know. So
Please show us how the maple is collected and bottled.
we've got videos on that. Papa's is Marlene Papa's. I hope I got that right. We do have videos up about that in the playlist called Maple Syrup. But we certainly are going to show you what's going on in the bush now,
Adopted.
line maintenance, and everything else that we got going on.
Adopted.
A what?
We fly soon, sister. I would love to if you guys adopt me.
Yeah, we might be able to do that because
Yes.
we always need help around maple season.
No. No.
All
She
right.
said I could hit you with the shocky guy. You're already family at this point.
Yeah.
But we've already finished harvesting our chickens. We're going to be doing the turkeys here pretty soon as well. We just put this year we did 160 birds are in the freezer right now. So we're good for the year, thankfully. And then the turkeys are coming in.
159 because we just ate one for dinner.
That's right. So if you ever come out, we might have a chicken, maybe eat a turkey. So thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. As always, do consider give us that thumbs up. Come back often. Love having you here. And until next time,
God bless
God
you
bless you
guys.
guys.
Bless you.
there you go. God bless you. I got to figure out how to turn it off because I never figured this out in time. Bye, everybody. You got to hit like 3 buttons.
Oh.
Well, it didn't work.
Going.
We're still going. No, I'm going to hit the wrong button. Bye, everybody.